All right, guys, a quick video. Why the loot matters. Do you know what this is on screen? I bet a lot of you do. Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. This thing was everything to most people who played WoW, hardcore, in game. Everybody wanted. There was nobody who would be like, "No, I don't want Windseeker." If you could equip it, you wanted this. Did I call it Windseeker? Thunder Fury. Everybody wanted it, and a lot of people got it. And some people, I don't feel too bad for like hardcores who got it pretty quick, right? But there are a lot of people who aren't that hardcore. A lot of people who raided when they could with their buds, had to go to work, had to live lives outside of the game, and maybe they got this. Maybe you got Thunder Fury 6 months before TBC, right? Maybe you got it 6 months, 3 months before expansion's coming out. You just got Thunder Fury, man. Even if you had it for a year, who cares? That was a status symbol. This was an orange, epic, mythic, fucking relic weapon. I don't know what the fuck they called it. It was the bee's knees. It was a status symbol of how big your dick was. And the day TBC came out, the expansion, this weapon was completely useless. I remember people holding on to this thing. They wouldn't give it up. They were like, no, the procs are worth it. No, the procs aren't worth it, man. Your stats aren't good enough anymore. The very first shitty broadsword you find, blue, is going to be better than this thing. And that devastated people. It devastated them. Could you imagine? And I mean, I would say now, and I'm not trying to lay down hard criticism towards a game that came out 15 years ago, right? I'm sure they knew that this was going to be problematic, but they had to do what they had to do. They had to make an expansion, right? And this is where they chose to go with it. Can you imagine if like the Burning Crusade came out today, right? I mean, I guess it is going to come out soon, but let's pretend that like, all right, Classic WoW comes out today. And in 2-3 years, the Burning Crusade comes out. And instead of losing everything that made your guy a ball that you've worked for years at this point to get to, what was it, 3 years? Instead of losing all of that, what if you just made a new character? What if there was a time skip and you just made a new character and you got to keep your old character on a legacy server? That you could go back and update the game. You could go back and update Vanilla Classic or Vanilla WoW or whatever you called it, just World of Warcraft. You can go back and throw a couple updates that way every once in a while when you got nothing going on in your current expansion. And this is a new character. Do something crazy, right? I mean, if they ever do WoW 2 or something like that, maybe think about this. I was thinking about it because Magic, this is what Magic does. They got new decks. Some decks go out, new decks come in. You can play historic mode. Why are we not doing that with MMOs, man? You know, when TBC comes out, in my mythic world where WoW comes out today, well, if TBC came out and you like a time skip in the world, 50 years, you're playing with your descendant now, and you keep a perk from your old character that passes down your lineage or something, or like your old character's got a statue in the city or something that looks like your other character, you know, tie the accounts together, make your personal housing. I don't think they have personal housing in WoW. Weird, right? Make your personal housing in whatever game it is you're talking about. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, maybe this is a shout out to you guys, right? Make your personal character show up in your housing. He's an old man and he's a blacksmith now, or a tanner or something. You know, do something. You know, you can be as simple as you get to choose a perk that goes down the lineage, and now you're playing the second, you know, expansion that takes place 50 years later, and then you don't even have to change your world drastically. Imagine Imagine the budget, the budget cost, how much you'd save. You don't have to make the whole new the Outlands and whatever. People love Azeroth. We want to spend time in Azeroth, but Azeroth never changes. It never changes. It's always the same. Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen is an old school MMO that I don't know if it'll ever even come out. I'd like it to. I like it to be all the things that they say it's going to be. And what if make enough content to last your game 2 years, maybe 3 if you're really good at your job, right? And then take a year, make your last expansion or your last content update for your original game. Make a big bombastic ending, huge events. Everybody's participating. The rewards are nuts. This is, you're on that grind for that last bit of the best gear of the game. And then you say, hey guys, here's a trailer for season 2. Yeah, our seasons last 3 years, not 1 month like these battle passes, man. It's fucking nuts. Hey, here's a trailer to what's coming. 50-year time skip. We're going to be in this world. Things are going to change, but you get to keep your original, especially for a game like Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen, who they're on a budget. They're a small team on a budget trying to make an MMO. I don't believe they can do it. Maybe if they thought about something like this, long-term content, you don't have to worry about making the Outlands or a whole new, make zones and zones, make a couple zones, sure. Maybe make some new dungeons for sure. But imagine the money and the time you would save if you could just keep your players in the place that they want to be. I didn't ever have an interest to go to the Outlands. I know some people did. I didn't. I mean, I'm not the biggest WoW guy, so I like it, but I'm not the biggest WoW guy. But like, people love Azeroth. People want to spend time in Azeroth, and it hasn't changed, and it's just right. Do a 50-year time skip, start a new character, keep the old server available. You can hop in and play your old guy and get all the gear that you've ever wanted from that. Even if it takes you a long time, you can always just log back into that old character and grind a little bit and get everything that you want to get out of that. And it's never going to change. It's never going to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about it. Don't stress about not getting Thunder Fury, because eventually you'll get it, because that server's always going to be there waiting for you to find a group of people. Do events. All right, that's a whole other video, guys. We're going to go off on a rant on what people should do with MMOs. That's just kind of and I'm going to save it for another time. That's just kind of my thoughts real quick on loot and why it doesn't matter, man. And it needs to matter again. It used to be you picked up a sword you'd pick up a sword and you'd keep it for levels, entire levels. You'd keep it for weeks. And then you finally find that new sword or bracers or whatever it was. And you felt it. You felt incredible. You got that new sword and you went up and you went to that mob that trashed you and you fuck him up and you go, oh my God, well, how did I play this game without this thing? Nobody does that anymore. Can you imagine? I was playing Destiny 2. I can't care about the loot, man. What, another revolver that is just slightly better than the other revolver? Some of these games, every mob drops something and it's all trash. All of it. I'm sick of it, man. Loot needs to matter again. Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen. Hey, man, if you guys want any kind of chance, you need to stop talking about all this boring bullshit you guys keep talking about all the time. And you guys need to start talking about your loot and why it's going to matter. And what fucked up nutty shit you're going to do to make your game worth playing and worth subscribing for, especially. And I think that you should go the subscribe model. I've got some ideas on some monetization things you could do that are nothing to do with cosmetics. Gotta get that shit out of here, man. I don't care about any cosmetic in any game if there's any kind of paying for it, because I see these people and I'm just like, fuck you, dude. You just paid for that shit. You see people wearing weird holiday outfits and shit, and you don't even know what class they are. You don't know what kind of... You see, I've literally been playing some games where the guy rolls up to you. I have no idea what he is until he starts throwing abilities at me. It's nuts. Nuts. So bad. And I know people are making so much money off cosmetics, but I kind of feel like people don't care as much anymore. I feel like your game, like Overwatch, they're like, we made $1 billion on cosmetics, and the whole world went, well, I guess we're just doing cosmetics now, loot boxes and battle passes. But they're not making $1 billion off cosmetics anymore. I don't think so. I don't think anybody is really, except for Fortnite, of course. Fortnite will always make money. Anyway, yeah, that's my rant. Subscribe. Hit the link. The link? Fuck. Hit the like button. That's what. Hit the like button. Put a comment in the video. I don't know. I'm frustrated, guys. I'm through a tizzy here. You know, I see this badass Thunder Fury sitting here. And I know it's pointless. It's like everything else. Peace.